Hi all, welcome to the QA Tech Tech. Today we are going to set up the Postman tool and we will create our first API request in the Postman. So for creating a new account in the Postman, we have to go to the Postman official website. So let me open a new tab and I'm searching Postman here. So you can see that www.postman.com. This is the official website of Postman. Let me click on this link, then I will be redirected to the Postman official website. If you don't have an account, you can create a new account using the sign up for free. If I'm clicking on this sign up for free, then I will be redirected to the sign up page. Here you need to enter your email address, username and password. Currently I'm having an account, so I'm clicking on this sign in button. Then I need to enter my email address here. Once I sign in, I will be redirected to my Postman application. So this is my Postman application. So before creating our first API request, we have to know a few things in Postman. The first one is workspace. So you can see a workspace here. So workspace is nothing but the project directory where we can store all our work related information. So let's me click on this workspace. Then available workspace will be listed here. So for this time, I'm creating a new workspace. We have a create workspace button, so let me click on this create workspace. Then we have to give a name for this workspace. So I'm giving a name here. Then we can give a description about this workspace and then we can select the visibility of the workspace. So for the time being, I'm selecting the visibility as the personal. So I can only access my workspace. And if I'm selecting team, all my team members can access. If I'm selecting public, everyone can access my workspace. For now, I'm using the visibility as personal now. Let me click on this create workspace button now. A new workspace is created with the name API test 1. So if you want to switch between your workspaces, then you can simply go to this workspace section. All the available workspace will be listed and we can simply select the workspace. Then we will be switching to that workspace. Now we create a workspace now. Then the next one, we need to create a collection. Collection is nothing but a container for the related API request. So for this time, I'm going to create a collection for my regression test, and I'm storing all my regression test cases under this collection. You can create the collection based on your testing strategy or modules, etc. So for creating a collection, let me click on this plus button. Then you can see create new collection. Here I'm giving a name as regression collection. Now I created a new collection, regression collection, and I'm going to create my API test cases under this regression collection. So before creating our first API request, I will show you what are the APIs we are going to use in this particular series. So these are the APIs we are going to use in our tutorial. So the first API is a post API and its URL. The endpoint is demo QA account v1 slash login. So this API is used for login to a particular application, and this API accepting the body in the JSON format with the username and password, and the expected status code is 200. Similarly, the next API is a get API. It is used for retrieving the books. You can see that demo QA bookstore v1 slash books. So this API is used to retrieve all books and the expected status code is 200. Then we have one more get request. That request is used to retrieve the details of a particular book. So here you can see the query parameter ISBN equal to a book ID. So here you can see the query parameter that is comes after the question mark, and it's also the expected status code is 200. Then we have a post request in order to add this book to the cart of that particular user. So you can see the body with the user ID and the book ID, that is the ISBN value, and the expected status code here is 201. And we have a delete request in order to delete the book from the cart. So here we have to mention the ISBN and the user ID as a body in the JSON format, and the expected status code is do not found. So we can start creating our first API request, that is the login request in our Postman. So let me go to my Postman. Under this particular regression collection, we can simply select on this three dot. Here you can see add request. So let me click on this add request. Then we can give a valid name for this particular request. So let me give verify login. And here we have to mention the HTTP method. So we know that this is a post method. So I'm selecting the method as post here. Then the next thing we have to mention the endpoint. So this is our endpoint. Let me copy this endpoint and let me paste under this particular URL. And the next one is we have to pass the body. So for that we can select this body tab option. Under the body we have to mention the JSON. It is accepting in the form of JSON. So for that we can select the row, and we have to mention the format. What is the format of our body? Here we have different formats. So this API is accepting the body in the JSON format. So I'm selecting the JSON here. Then we have to paste the content under the section. So let me go here and copy the body and let me paste here. So now we created our first API request in the Postman. Let me save this request and let me send the send. Click on the send button. Once we click on the send button, we will be able to see the response under this response section. You can see the status is 200 OK. We can see the response time, that is 1380 millisecond, that is 1.3 seconds. And we can see the size of our API response. And here we have the body section, and we can see the response body here. And in the cookie section we can see the cookie. If there is any cookie, we can see this detail. In the header we can see the response header. All the details we can validate from this response section. So now we created our first API request, and we able to analyze the response using the response section. So in the coming sessions we can create the get, put and delete request, and we can try to automate each request in the coming session. So thank you.